The Galactic Council chambers buzzed with suppressed laughter as Ambassador Vexthor clicked his mandibles in amusement. The prank had been set in motion. Some naive human from Earth, Marcus Chen, a cargo pilot, had been invited to a diplomatic dinner with Princess Sarazith, daughter of the Dragon Empress, who ruled the volcanic systems of Pyros Major. "The human will flee within minutes," chittered Vexthor to his cohorts. "No species has ever survived a formal courtship dinner with the Dragon Princess's daughter. She evaluates suitors by their ability to withstand temperatures that would melt Duraplast." What the aliens didn't understand was that humans had a particular talent, adaptability born from sheer stubbornness. Marcus arrived at the crystalline restaurant floating above a magma sea, wearing his best jacket, which wasn't saying much. He'd been briefed this was a cultural exchange dinner, nothing more. The moment he stepped inside, the heat hit him like a physical wall. Jesus, he thought, already sweating. Did they crank the thermostat to surface of the sun? Sarazith sat at the table, her scales shimmering between crimson and gold, smoke curling from her nostrils. She was beautiful in a terrifying, otherworldly way, 9 feet tall with eyes like molten amber and horns that curved elegantly from her temples. When she spoke, her voice resonated like thunder rolling through canyons. "You must be the human." Her tone suggested she expected him to bolt. Marcus wiped his brow and grinned. "Marcus Chen. Nice to meet you, Princess. This place has one hell of a heating bill." Her eyes widened fractionally. Most species would have already been unconscious. "The temperature is 340 degrees Kelvin," she said slowly. "Comfortable for my kind, lethal for most others." "Toasty," Marcus agreed, loosening his collar. "Back home I worked in engine rooms that hit 130 Fahrenheit. This is more, but hey, I'm Texan originally. We train for this." He was lying through his teeth. He was dying, but he'd be damned if he'd give the alien pranksters the satisfaction. Something flickered in Sarazith's expression. Interest, perhaps. The first course arrived. Live magma worms, still glowing. Marcus stared at them. "You're supposed to eat them while they're hot," Sarazith explained. "It's a test of—" Marcus grabbed one with the heat-resistant tongs, blew on it twice like it was hot soup, and bit in. It tasted like spicy battery acid. And his mouth screamed in protest. But he'd eaten military rations in combat zones. He'd survived his grandmother's experimental cooking. He could handle this. He chewed, swallowed, and took a long drink of water. Interesting texture. Kind of like escargot if escargot fought back. Sarazith's laugh was unexpected, a deep, rumbling sound that made the crystal glasses vibrate. "You're insane. I prefer committed to the bit." Outside, Ambassador Vexthor watched through the viewing portal, his confidence wavering. The human should have fled, should have at least fainted. "He's still there," hissed his assistant. "Impossible. The second course will break him." The second course was worse, fermented plasma fruit that emitted radiation. Marcus felt his cells screaming, but he'd been exposed to worse during a reactor leak on the Stella Maris. He'd lived because humans had this annoying tendency to just not die when they should. He ate it. Slowly. Painfully. But he ate it. "Why are you doing this?" Sarazith asked, leaning forward. The amusement had left her voice, replaced by genuine curiosity. Marcus set down his fork. "Honestly, I figured this was some kind of test. My captain told me to represent humanity well and try not to start a war. So here I am, not starting a war. You know this is a courtship dinner." Marcus choked on his water. "A what now?" "The council set this up as entertainment. They expected you to fail, to humiliate yourself, and by extension your species." Her eyes glowed brighter. "No one has ever made it past the third course." "Well, shit." Marcus sat back. his dress shirt now completely soaked with sweat. I thought this was just weird diplomatic stuff. Look, Princess, Sarah Zeeth, I'm just a cargo pilot. I haul engine parts and expired medical supplies. I'm nobody important. You're still here, she said softly. Do you know how many highborn warriors have tried to court me? 73. All of them fled before desert. They were trained soldiers, enhanced beings, champions of their worlds. And I'm a stubborn idiot from Houston who really doesn't want to explain to his captain that he quit at dinner. Sarah Zeeth smiled, a genuine smile that showed rows of diamond-sharp teeth. I like you. Marcus blinked. You... what? I like you, Marcus Chen. You're brave without being arrogant. You're honest. And you have the pain tolerance of a deity. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need medical attention after this. Probably, she agreed. But you stayed. That matters. Ambassador Vexthor watched in horror as the princess stood, walked around the table, and offered the human her claw. The human took it without hesitation. This wasn't supposed to happen, Vexthor whispered. 6 months later, the Galactic Council received an invitation, the bonding ceremony of Princess Sarah Zeeth and Marcus Chen. The union would join the Dragon Empress's empire with Earth's growing interstellar presence. Ambassador Vexthor stared at the gilded invitation, his mandibles clicking in distress. The prank had backfired spectacularly, and humanity, as always, had simply refused to lose. At the ceremony, held in a volcano on Pyros Major, Marcus stood beside Sarah Zeeth in temperature-controlled armor designed by Earth engineers. When asked how he'd won the princess's heart, he shrugged. I just showed up and didn't quit. Apparently that's a rare quality in the galaxy. Sarah Zeeth wrapped her tail around him affectionately. Humans, she told the assembled dignitaries, are terrifying in the best possible way. And the galaxy learned an important lesson. Never underestimate a species that evolved drinking boiling leaf water and eating fermented foods for fun. Humanity didn't conquer through strength alone. They conquered through sheer, bloody-minded refusal to accept defeat. Even at dinner,